Good morning everybody, wee Paddy from across the shuck, and this is the second of the video from our little pass around group, and hence they are slip joints. Well, that's not entirely true. One of them's a slip joint and one of them is a detent, and it's a great time to sort of show that in case people don't know what that means. The top one is a Voxnay's design. This is the Suru, and this was made for more of the European type UK market, because this is a detent, and this one here, they do this with a locking system that anywhere else in the world can buy, but this is specifically more for Hennie Haynes. And this one is a twosun. This is a proper slip joint with a half stop, and I'll explain all that. And this is for people who don't know, so if you do know, you'll just have to bear with me. So they've both got M390 blade stock, which is amazing. Amazing for when you hear the price. Hennie have got this one coming in with M390 at about £150, which is a good price for M390, I believe. But twosun, who are killing it at the minute, and I mean killing it, they have now got their own site on AliExpress. And no matter what you think of AliExpress, these knives are coming in there at a price that I find unbelievably hard to beat anywhere. This is M390 blade stock, and they've been tested. You can go to, I think Love Them Knives has done it, Dave over at Blade Banter, check them. Their M390's coming in about the same as everybody else's, maybe a wee bit up, but this one's £75 and this one is £150. So there's double the price, and for me, I don't see double the build quality, but that would be entirely up to you, and maybe other people would have different views, because they're both in titanium and they both got M390. So I don't see how that can be. Design wise, they probably had to pay more for the design for this than twosun. This is Night Morning Design, who seems to be an in-house designer. So with that all being said, I'm now going to just show you the knives and the difference between a detented knife and a slip joint. We'll start with a Suru. Now look, first of all, it's a lovely design. These holes go right the way through the knife. There's a lovely ball on the clip there. It really has been done lovely. This is a detent, and all it is a little detent ball that slips into the blade stock that's here. It's up here and it slips into that blade stock. To break it, you don't have to do anything. You just do that and it's broke and it's done. But the advantages to a detent is when you're making a knife like this, where you've got a forward choil, you can put your hand there and your other finger slips in there, and you're not going to break that while your hand is in there. So it's a very safe method. It's probably safer than using a slip joint. Not that a slip joint's dangerous, but I'm just saying, no, it's probably safer. This is a lovely opening to it. It fits. Look, it's a small knife. We'll do the measurements in a minute, but look, I can get 3 fingers there, one up there, and that knife is not moving when I've got my hand there. You know, I'm holding it on top here and I can work away. It is a small blade, but it's meant to be a small knife. I mean, it's about the size, I would say probably a peeler. I've never had a peeler, but it's probably something about that size. But in M390, which everybody wanted in a peeler, M390 titanium, which is the two things the peeler didn't have, this has, and that's what makes it a really great buy in my eyes. For $150, I don't think that's bad at all. Now, the only trouble is this is Italian M390. I don't know how if the Suru's been tested or not. I know a few of these have, so I'm more happy to say that this seems to be of better stock, but I don't know, and that's the honest answer. Now, this is a slip joint, and it's a slip joint in the way that it's got a back spring. Now, I'm not sure whether this has a back spring that's a full back spring that's used, or it's just a wee clip that goes across. But it is it's a spring of some sort, because you have, there you are, the beautiful half stop, and that goes with what's on the tang of the knife here, the back end of the knife here. So it'll stop there and then clicks open, and it's quite rigidly, that's quite hard to push. In fact, from back there you can't push that at all. There's my fingers, watch. They're going white. I can't even close that. Now, if I did, this one would catch you. So always beware when you're using a slip joint. Never try to do anything. Never pull back when you're using a slip joint, I suppose, is my simple advice. But this has a lovely, when you're closing it, listen to this. Isn't that lovely? And that there. The only thing that you can't do is if you're holding the knife, if you push this back here, it will stick into the corner of your finger. So if you're going to close it, fingers off, close it up, close it down. And that's a nice walk and talk for a slip joint. That's quite nice. But £75, look at that blade. There's a lovely long nail nick on either side. So to open it, it is very, very easy to grip it and pull. It sounds lovely too, doesn't it? It really does. I'm more enamoured with this than I am with the Suru, to be honest. Now, both these knives came from UK Legal Carry Knives, who's part of our pass-around group. They're the three of us. I'll put all our names in our YouTube channels in the description below. But now let's have a quick measurement and see what the measurements are. This one only has a blade cutting length of about 2 inches. It's about 2 3/8 long in the blade, and it is just under, well, no, it's about 6 inches when it's open, which is about 15 centimeters. This one has a blade cutting length of about 7 centimeters, which is about 2 3/4 inches, and it's just under 3 inches in the blade at full, and it comes to 6 3/4 inches long, which is about 17 centimeters. So different sizes and used for different purposes, I would say. The blade stock on this one is a bit thinner. It's a long full flat. This is a full flat, I believe. It doesn't feel like it's, but it feels like a full flat, not as thin behind the edge as a Suru. But for a small knife, this really doesn't matter to me. I know an awful lot of people stress on these very thin edges, but a small pen knife, I'm just using for everyday tasks. I'm not going to slice tomatoes with it, or this is a pen knife in your pocket for cutting bits of string, bits of plastic, whatever. So now I'm going to give you a wee weight on both of them, and let's see what they are. I'll just move them to the side. Oh, there goes my ruler. Right, we're in grams. So the twosun, and this is the twosun ts90, is 85.8, so say 86 grams, which is absolutely fine. The Suru is 91, and you know, it is, there seems to be more metal. It's a stocky wee one. And now let me just get you to, come on, you silly thing, there we go. Right, ounces. The Suru is 3.2, so I mean they really are not going to weigh you down in the pocket, and it's 3 for the twosun, which is just perfect. So I know I'm doing these both together, but I've seen, you know, there is reviews out there on both of these, and UK Carry Knives has done one and does a great review on his knives, and he breaks down all his knives. Love his channel. I highly recommend it. The same as Slick Sizers, who maybe doesn't break down his knives like myself, but he has a huge collection of pocket knives and UK legal knives. But these two specifically, I think this is a great bargain. As long, I'm going to say this is a smaller, you know, I'm not going to say you can do less. This, to me, slim, in profile, fits my hand, absolutely perfect, would be my choice. Thick blade stock on the back of this, thick blade stock. As is this one, which is probably even thicker. I didn't realise how thick that Suru was. It is actually thicker than this one. So, and yet it's got a nice thinnish grind behind the edge. So, what else am I going to say about them? I recommend them both on this. This is just a first impressions. I think they're both nice knives. The Detent is a lovely knife to have. It's easy to use. It's easy to open. Can I flick it? I probably could if I get the right place. But it is a nice knife. It's a Detent, and that's it. This would be more my type of a knife. I love the fact, I love walk and talk. I love a knife that you're having to listen to. And that opening, you see, that gets me. I could quite happily sit and do that all day long. But that's because I'm weird. Now, two beautiful knives. I would really like to thank UK Carry Knives for letting me have a look at these knives. This one is definitely in my future, I see. This one, not so sure about. I have enough little small knives, but this one definitely, the ts90, is definitely in my future. And to be honest with you, I've not had anybody come back to me and say about AliExpress about having any great problems. Sometimes you have to fight a bit if you need something done to it, but the knives I've had from them have all been good. I haven't had any mechanical problems or any knives that have been out of alignment. Look at that right down the centre. It is just spot on. The Suru, much the same, maybe a touch to this side, the show side, but they're both beautiful knives and highly recommended by me. But this is my favourite, I think. And I love this little bead. Lovely. So, thank you very much. I'm away. Quick, sharp, and I'll see you very soon. And we're going to be doing a locking knife next year. We're glad to hear if you don't like slip joints. Take care. All the best. Paddy's away for a wee cup of tea. I've none in front of me. Bye.